Hello and welcome back to Shadowrun Returns. I'm Ariel from Ariel Hates Games and I promise to never let a Let's Play go unfinished. Alright, let's go undercover in Telestian Industries headquarters. The supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with delusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable, a dime a dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry I missed you when you first came in, but I only just found out that you were starting an hour ago when you suddenly showed up in the system. Weird glitch or something. Normally, we'd watch an orientation trid and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's going to be hard for you in your first day. But you're going to need to clean up some blood. Maybe a lot. I can handle it. Just tell me what to do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get into any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Straighten up this floor and stay out of trouble. Got it. I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack Telestian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. What can I do for you? Well, I should probably start with this cleaning. I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floor may only be accessed with the expressed authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of Security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Hey, I found all these chips. Okay, well, I'll go find those. Okay, well, I'll better get back to it. Okay, I can't actually do any cleaning, so... The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Raoul, I know and you know that there's nothing in the vent, but when I told that to Silverstar, he accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission statements and all that drag, but today isn't the day for Telestrian Corps, duty above all crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Telestrian isn't in today. Just get in there and take another look. I have to go upstairs and report. A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back into the duct. Sorry, I tracked that drag all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened to the night watch. Me either. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Install the comlink chip. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop and you place a chip inside. Okay, there's nothing here in this room. That's my supervisor again. Yeah, probably need to do something with that as well, yeah. As the Telestrian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice a panel has been removed from one of the land racks behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silverstar is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any solvents on my servers. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry, yeah, no problem. Just another day in paradise, right? Okay, let's install the chip there as well. It's the easiest karma I've ever gained. Okay, let's go in here. I like how we're not actually doing any cleaning, by the way. I have to say, at this point it's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Telestrian corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, that will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now it seems your value is clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere, I need to make my report to Eric. Well, that's not good. The wage slave is on edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? Looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz, unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. That's all we can say then? Nothing of this will matter after I'm fired, out on the street and eating dog food. Just leave me alone. Surely I can't just... It would only take a few moments to install the chip, but perhaps it's not the wisest course of action while in the view of a loyal wage slave. Okay, well, I mean, I tried to get him out of the room, but... Okay, all these doors are locked. Oh, what's this? The open panels is a rat's nest of cables and half disassembled hardware. Some of it's loose. Well, let's take some of it, I guess. Okay, well, let's see if we can talk to this guy again. If not, we'll try the guard again. I might just have the thing to help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Look, security's bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There's no reason I should let security push me around. Just do it quick. You place the cables and data chips around the terminal's casing. Thanks so much. I won't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out here for a while? There's a lot to do. You bet. Just remember to keep this between us. Alright, place the chip. Alright, I guess we go back to talking to him. Hey, I found all these chips on some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? The guard thinks for a moment and activates his comlink. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation. Then he turns back. Mr. Silverstar wants to see you in his office immediately. Okay, up we go. There you are. It seems that my best men are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. Just doing my job, sir. More than that, I must say you displayed the value of vigilance in spades, and from a janitor no less. Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must be given where required. Now please start filling out the report on the datapad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit in my chair given your attire. I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. So, these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I am tracking Silverstar and he's already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. Okay, so I already failed at this, so I know which one it is. So his three key values are duty, efficiency. He has a few guards, a tech worker and a very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom, and he's beginning to question them. And this one. Vigilance. Alright, let's go. There is the safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely keyed to Mr. Silverstar. Walk away. Wait, so that's it? What do we do with that? Oh, hold on. Oh, right, okay. Grab something from here. Pick up the half-smoked cigar. Good. Good. Let's use that here. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. With a click and a faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Take the sample. Great work, mon ami. The time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. What do you want, McCluskey? The smirking stops. What I want is to take you into an alley and come alone. But there's someone who wants to meet you, so we're going for a little ride. Mr. Telestrian wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. Come on, Drac for brains, make the wrong choice. I'll opt for stand-up conversation. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. I don't like that guy. So do they know that I've got the sample? McCluskey smirks. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, dwarf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of the Terngir, and one of the richest men in Seattle. Yeah. Should I be impressed? His smirk gets even bigger. No, you go ahead in there and keep talking trash. That should work out just fine for you, Drac for brains. You got no money and you got no power, so what do you got? Indigestion. I've got honor. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. The tall, fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from far above your diminutive height before he speaks. He doesn't like what he sees. Mr. Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in his office. Thank you, Jeeves. He is not amused. Delighted to be of service. You may wait here for a few moments to gather yourself before you enter Mr. Telestrian's office. Some people find that they need time to prepare themselves before meeting an elf of his stature. However, the upstairs is off limit to you, and the library is occupied at the moment. Do not tarry, though. Mr. Telestrian is not one to be kept waiting long. Hey, don't I know this person? There is a twinkle in Algernon's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Seamstresses' Union. It is good to see you again. There is much to do. What are you doing here? I'm doing what I do, providing those in need with the tools they require. Seek me out after you've spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service. Okay, so where are we supposed to go? In here? As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from his computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating and cold. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from Trivid. It's not the clothing or the trappings or the bow before your betters mention. It's something else, the feeling that you're being categorized as a resource, or a liability, or a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit, they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex, killed or wounded many of my security personnel, and cost my vice president of security his job. In 24 hours you have accumulated quite a bill with me, ma'am. What do you intend to do to settle your debt? I can use this etiquette. Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt for you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming the outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. When one is in my debt, they remain in my debt until such time that I decide that the debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point. However, you have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. I took the sample to kill giant insect spirits. I find your bluntness somehow refreshing. Mr. Quoth, please ask my daughter to join us. The young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you! You're the woman who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Thank you, Mary Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive her for her trespasses against me. She looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. You did well back there. Without you, we'd all be dead. Thank you, but I'm not sure that death wouldn't be better than this. I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up and still be there with the bugs. You can relax, Mary Louise. You are safe. It is over. No, it won't be over until they're dead. You didn't see them. You don't understand. You and those men, you just flew in there. All you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Hakim involved. The already cold exterior of James Telestrian III turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Aegis to this woman. We will speak of this later, in private. Now then, Ariel, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a woman of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We will adjourn to the library. I mean, I don't really have much of a choice, but I'll stay on his good side and say I would be delighted. I don't know if that's sarcasm or not. Just behave. There is weight in Telestrian's library, a sense of magnitude and purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth. You are in the presence of history. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ariel. She is a dwarf who saved my daughter and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Her Brackhouse, what does the representative of the great dragon Lorofear have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered? Brackhouse speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, accentuating each word, relishing each vowel and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. My lord, Lorofear, has witnessed the insect spirit physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years. As the level of magic grows. Hence, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Ariel, is it? Delighted. The bug you fought was not merely a magically awakened animal like a wyvern or a hydra or anything else in the sixth world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. I believe that would explain why I wasn't able to damage it. The spirit itself is extraplanar. Bravo! That is precisely the idea. The insect spirit exists on both planes simultaneously. I have been impressed with you for some time, Ariel. It is good that you are here. Now, an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through an astral plane and show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner in this case being us. 2 elements are required to bring one across the void, a shaman and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts this spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are disaffected and the disenfranchised, in short, the weak-willed. Their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in making the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted to a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what is to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host, willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harley Quinn is correct. The insect spirit will then slowly consume its host while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully onto this plane. I don't like the sound of this. You shouldn't. It's bad. Really, really bad. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once a nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out to the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find and implanting more insect spirits into fresh corpses, again and again and again. The room falls silent as they all consider the scenario, faces grim. Telestrian breaks the silence. This is not an infestation, Ariel. It is an invasion. My Lord Lowfear knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where. Your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in this cycle of the world. Yeah, why don't you just fire a missile and call it a day? Well, no, actually, we can't damage them, so that wouldn't work. So you're early to the party this time. That gives you an upper hand, right? We are not early. We merely have experience on our side. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host body. Conventional weapons can hurt the body and expose the spirit, but the spirit itself cannot be destroyed by mundane means. Hence, Project Aegis. Herr Telestrian's biotechnology and agricultural divisions worked with my Lord Lowfear Thaumaturgical engineers and designed Project Aegis to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from its host. The formula, a fluorescing astral bacteria strain, Jesus Christ, these words, existing in the physical and astral plane at once and thus can affect the insect spirit. Now, that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you just reading it off an index card? My director of R&D, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Aegis will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astral bacteria strain. They have created some property launchers which fire Aegis-filled shells. When fired, the shells will discharge a high-velocity stream of the bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons or magic until the spirit is released from its host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Aegis prototype launcher to destroy it. So it's like a multi-dimensional bug spray. Crudely put, but accurate. You must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault on my property, indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. And what makes you think that this will actually work? Because it has to. Come on, kid, when fate taps you on the shoulder, you gotta pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission, Ariel? I wonder if I could get away with this. Let's try it. I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I assume that serving all mankind involves compensation. Of course, here's my proposal. If you prevent the queen from being summoned and destroy the insects in the next 1 million nuyen will be divided by the surviving team members. Yeah, I'm not gonna push my luck. Okay, sign me up. Excellent. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. There is one final note, a warning if you will. You have seen the danger these insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need her to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Ariel. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of your team. Find me when you're ready to go and we'll bug right out of here. Yes, speak with Harlequin when you're ready to depart. If you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission, find my assistant, Quoth. He is highly resourceful. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. This is getting very interesting. In the next episode, let's go back to the Universal Brotherhood and shoot some bugs. Hey there! Thank you for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Also, you can click the nifty looking bell to get notified whenever a new video is uploaded. Till next time.